During this lesson, I'm going to show you how to draw a dragster using Sketchup. Now, please note that it is assumed that you have already created a Dragster Blank, which I presented in a previous video. So once again, we are in Sketchup, which is through our Lance Cruise Google account. Scroll all the way down, and there's Sketchup for Schools. So I've already opened up the Dragster Blank, and I should have gone to open Dragster right there. Oh, excuse me. Space bar. You click on these three little lines. You go to open, and then your Dragster Blank. Okay, so now I'm going to save a copy of this because I want this copy to be completely fresh. I don't want to save over this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, or that little three buttons over there, three lines. I'm going to click Save As. So this is going to save an actual copy. Okay, so I'm going to assume I'm in first hour, and I'm going to put an underscore, and I'm going to put my last name, underscore, and I'm going to call it Dragster 1. Okay, so whatever hour you're in, you would just put, obviously, second hour, third hour, whatever here. All right, so this is going to be my first Dragster. So I click OK. It's going to ask me where I want to save it. Again, in a previous video, I created the tech class folder. I'll hit Select, and you see Miller Dragster 1 is there. Okay, so now I'm going to get into how we draw our design. Now I'm going to go through this pretty quickly using some arcs and lines. So, pause it, review it, do whatever you need to do to get the details. So I'm going to assume that I have also already taken a look at some designs, and you're going to go through multiple drafts of this. So you'll have Dragster 1, Dragster 2, and so on and so forth. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some lines. So I'm going to hit L for line. So there's a line tool, and it's actually over there as well. So L for line, and I'm going to create a couple of lines here. So I'm going to go one there, and notice that, and right along that dotted line, I'll zoom in here, it's still connected. So I'm going to hit the space bar to disconnect it. All right, we'll pan over here, and I'm going to go in the front, and I'm going to create a line there. Again, L for line, click, click, and then space bar to turn that off. Okay, so now I've got two horizontal lines. I'm going to do what's called crosshairs. I'm going to create another L, L for line. I'm going to zoom right in tight here so I can do this and then do that. Again, space bar. To get rid of that tool, I'm going to go over here, L for line, click, click, and space bar. Okay, so what I've done is I've created two crosshairs. Now those are going to be points where I am actually going to drill my axle holes when I get into the shop. So X marks the spot. There we go. Now I'm going to hit the L button again. Now this is important because I want to know where on the top view that these come across. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to move this around. Now notice when I get it nice and perpendicular, or 90 degrees to this line, it snaps in. Go to the edge, click that. Now I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to do this exact same thing. All right, hit the space bar. Now, since I've done some work here, I'm going to hit save. All right, so because it doesn't do an automatic save. Now, I'm going to get rid of this middle part right here, so I'm going to click on that and hit delete. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to show you how I do the side and the top views. Now I know where my axle holes are. I'm going to draw some quick arcs here. So I'm going to hit A for arc, and I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to go ahead and make an arc from here. And I'm going to come around to about there. So I've got my two arcs, and it's almost like a jump rope here. And then I'm going to come up to about there. All right, so it's 3 points. Start, finish, and then you can go up or down and click that third spot. I'm going to do the same thing here. Click. I'm going to come down over here. Click. And I'm going to come up to about there. Zoom in here. If it's snapping too much, you can just zoom in, and then that's pretty good right there. Okay. So I'm just going to continue. I'm going to go here, go down to here, and here. So it's where you want to start, where you want to end. Here, here, and here. All right, and here. Notice I'm connecting to there and there. All right, that's pretty good. And now we'll do the same thing up here. Now notice too, hit save, I don't want to cut anything off of here because I have strict requirements there. So I'm going to click here, over here, into there. Do the same thing over here. I want to be across from here, whoops, and about like that. I'm zooming in with my mouse wheel when I do that. Now that's not very even, but we can correct that in our cuts. All right, I'm going to go to the front, so we'll go from here to there. And notice how it turns that light blue. That means it's tangent to the edge, and that's what I want. That way it's just touching that in one point. So I'll go here. Here, notice how that dotted line shows up, so I'm exactly across from that. And then here. Okay, and then one more part in the middle. We'll go here to there, and then I'll go down like that. And then I'll go, I'm just moving my mouse, I'm not clicking. Go down to here. So it references that, it's pretty cool. Click, and I'm going to go up here and then come down. I didn't click yet, now I'm clicking. And then I'm going to come up here, and there we go. All right, so we now have our side view and our top view. I know where my axle holes are going to be drilled. I know where the axles come through the top, and I've got my basic shape on the top view and on the side view.